Evinrude fuel injection. It had a problem. It was throwing codes, and it turns out the CPU has water coolant going through it, and the CPU had plugged up with corrosion. So had to take the thing off. You got like standard plugs over here. You got a ground wire goes to there. You got a hot lead that comes up over to here. These plugs, there's an Allen screw, Allen bolt in the middle. Take those off. There's one mounting bolt there. This one slips on over here, so you don't have to take it all the way off. You just loosen it, and then the thing will slip out, and then just tighten it. Can't really get to it. There's another one down here that was missing, and this thing had been off before, so I don't know if somebody lost that one, but there's only two holding on. But I put 100 pounds of air pressure through it, and I got just a tiny bit of bubbling to work, and then so I filled up this line that goes over to this pump. So so to diagnose the system, you've got this pump over here. There's the fuel filter, this pump. So the water comes out of here, goes into the bottom of this module, shoots out of here. So if you want to troubleshoot, you can just pull this line off the top, and if you're getting water coming out here. But the module got crazy hot, and then we started sniffing around, and that's how I found out the thing was plugged. Yeah, so he's got basic connectors here, the hot and the ground. Had to take the one fuel injector off. What else? That's about it. Oh yeah, so I cleaned it with CLR. So I filled this hose with CLR, and then I put air pressure into it, and just let the air compressor build up until it started just kind of blew through, and then I shut the air out, and I filled this line up, and I propped this thing up on an angle so that the module was kind of like on an angle like this, and I put the I can't describe it. I put the CLR in here. I made it like a trap, so that this thing was full of CLR for about 20 minutes, and it just kept boiling and foaming out of here. And so I think that cleared it, and then I flushed it with the hose, and then I took the pump from my my wet saw, for my tile saw, and I made a circulating pump with baking soda for an hour to neutralize any acid that might have still been in there. And now the thing's going back on. So so that's the diagnosis. This thing was like crazy hot. You couldn't hold your hand on it. It was throwing codes of no oil, and then it died completely. There was no ignition, no cranking over. Usually it goes into safety mode. It can only idle. It was even less than that. It just totally shut off. So, but it cooled down, and everything seems to be fine. So anyhow, good luck with yours.